This is how I lost almost 3.1 lakhs of rupees in the last 9 months of my freelancing, and I will tell you how exactly it happened and what all the changes and what all the mistakes that I did. So I put a carousel recently which got a lot of eyeballs and impression and interactions, and you all were very curious to understand about this video and how exactly I lost such amount of money. So there were three clients. There were more, but these three are the major stories, or we can say main lessons that taught me things that I should have known earlier. But I got to know about it by bleeding, learned the hard way, you can say. And you cannot skip these part. You cannot skip these things and hope that a video or someone else will tell you. The first-hand experience that you get, the mistakes that you yourself do, is going to teach you 100 times or 1000 times much more better than those things. This is a very interesting project. It happened, it all started very long ago. Like it was 1.5 lakhs of project, and if I'm not wrong, it was in August. It started in August, but it is still not completed, and now it is like just over. So here is what happened. I got a project, 1.5 lakhs, signed the contract and everything, the agreements, sent an invoice. Biggest mistake what I made here was setting payment terms of 20% advance and 80% post payment, post project completion. Even the client told me to take like 35% of advance payment. But I don't know why I did that. I have zero idea. Now I don't know. Probably no one ever told me at that time, or I just overlooked it, or I was just flabbergasted because that I had 1.5 lakhs of worth of project, but it was a mistake. It was a huge mistake. So lesson number one: never have a payment term less than 50% advance. Like always a payment term of 50-50 or 50-40-10 or 50-30-20 or whatever you think, but have the 50% at the advance payment, the deposit. So that is there. So this project was very interesting. I was very excited from the starting, and I started the work and we did for around 4 to 5 months, and suddenly they ghosted. So the project was about a luxury travel kind of agency, and I love to create stuff for luxury brands and all. So it was very exciting for me at that time. And then what happened was they ghosted, like literally out of nowhere. When I was doing the work, like I sent a particular thing for a revision or something. Like it was like sixth or seventh revision at that time. Another mistake: do not offer unlimited revision. So yeah, so I was offering like sixth or seventh revision and just ghosted, and came back after 3 months. So at this moment, 60%, not I would say 80% of the work was done. The logo was done, the typography was done, the everything, like the whole visual identity was set. And this was of visual identity and print project. So the visual identity was almost done, and they came back after 3 months and just sent a long ass email about telling me to just go back to square one. Like just change the logo. They don't like the logo now. They don't like the colors now. They don't like the typography now. And I'm like, okay, I can do it, but it will cost you an additional specific money, like 75,000 additional. It will cost you. And in order to proceed now, because they have ghosted me for 6 months, 3 months, they will have to pay 50,000 rupees just to resume it. And again, I was ghosted for like a couple of weeks, and then again I got update after probably 2-3 weeks that the company, the brand that I was working for, they're not launching it for next 1 year, and so they don't need the branding. I'm like, okay, but the work that I did, that has to be paid. So they said that please share the invoice and we will clear your money. They said that, and I sent the invoice and everything was okay. And I even told them that after you pay the money, you will have the whole rights of the work. But if you do not pay, you don't have any rights on any of the work. And I, like, to my surprise, I was really shocked. I thought they would pay because they were very professional, but unfortunately, they sent a final email telling me that as they are not launching the brand for the next 1 year, they will not be using my designs for the next 1 year. So they might consider paying me after a year to compensate from the work that I did now. So like at this moment I can't do anything. Like I just send them a mail that okay, whatever you think you can do, you don't retain any rights on the work that I have been done so far. So I will be definitely adding it in my portfolio as a like unfinished project because the project was very interesting. Like I did my really lot best. So this was the story one. I lost what you can say 1.2 or something, probably more, uh, from one single project. So and 6 to 7 months of work probably. So big lessons: do not charge less than 50%. Have a clear milestone payments, because like with 1.5 का project है तो आराम से 50 के 3 पेमेंट कर सकते हैं. That will be very helpful for both of you and your client. And please do not let the client ghost you. If they are not responding for 2 weeks, close the project. This is the thing that I have been taught in my business coaching, and I was very shocked to see that okay, we can do that. And like I now realize that you should do that. If the client is ghosting you, just fire them. No need to work. Like if they can't be serious about the work that they are paying to you, then they can't be serious about anything else. What is the point? Now this is the most interesting one. This is the most traumatic one, I would say, and the most disastrous one. So this is a very small project, like 60,000 ka project tha pura, and was about a packaging and identity design for a skincare brand for kids. But the age range was 6 to 24. So I was very like, it was so funny. Like I had 4 red flags, literally 4 red flags, before starting this project, but I still did, like I started it, and it is a nightmare for me. So here's the brief what happened. I started the project, I took the advance. This time I took a 50% advance, 30,000 rupees. Okay, they did it, they deposited the money. Now the work is going on. I am trying my best. They are not liking anything. They are like putting phrases like "मजा नहीं आ रहा है," and we were also designer. We can do it by ourselves. Like ये उतना अच्छा नहीं है. This is not up to the mark. This is like they were comparing to my work to what you see by the designer. I don't remember the name. I love New York का जो logo है. They were comparing my work to that, which has zero context. So like they want something simple but very, I don't know what they wanted, so I have zero idea. तो अभी ये सीन रहा. Talking about the red flags, they asked me before paying the money, before submitting the deposit, that I create a mood board. Before, like they just want to see that we are all on the same page. And another thing, they also mentioned that the last designer they worked with had a very bad experience. So I should have considered that and stopped myself from working with them, but I did not do that, and regretting the decision. The mood board wala part, like I was thinking, I was very like, we had a very bad, not to can say a bad argument, but we had a discussion that I do not start the work without the advance payment, without the deposit. But I was like, okay, I can just make a normal mood board, and if they don't like, it will save me from all the trouble. Unfortunately, they love the mood board. Okay, I created 3 mood boards, and they love the mood board. They sent the money, and then after the 1 month period, they were like, "नहीं मजा नहीं आ रहा है. We can do this. If you can't do the work, let me know." I was like, okay. Like after 1 month, I lost my patience, and I told them कि I can't take this forward. We don't think we are the good fit, so it's better to close the project. अब प्रॉब्लम आती है एडवांस पेमेंट की. लाइक आफ्टर अ मंथ ऑफ वर्क दे वांट द मनी बैक, द होल एडवांस मनी, बिकॉज आई स्कैम्ड देम according to them. So another problem, like I was like, I cannot give the money at that moment. So I just like sent a final email, told them the project is closed, I cannot give you any money. I was offering them a 20% of refund out of goodwill, but they exceeded all the limits. They were harassing me in terms of like mentally harassing me by threatening me to harm my social reputation and call my parents. Like literally ask me for my parents number. Like I will tell you, तुम्हारे पापा से बात करेंगे हम. It was so funny, and even like threatened me to take this matter to court. I'm like, okay, I don't think anyone is going to court for 30,000 rupees. But unfortunately, the funny part, the worst part is that they did file a court complaint to my parents, not me, to my parents at my home in Azamgarh. And my father is like sending like envelope of a court notice from Mumbai. It was a legal notice. I just replied it. It costed me another 5,000 from a lawyer. But the biggest problem was that this particular client also filed a complaint against me in cyber cell. which was the worst thing. Problem in India is that in cyber cell, they do not check whether the complaint is true or not. He filed a complaint against me that I did an online scam against him, but it was a professional dispute. Cybercrime, Cyber Cell Gujarat just froze my bank account for 4 months and even put a lien of the disputed amount even when I returned the money to the client, because I was like, I cannot bear this, I cannot take this mental trauma anymore. I don't have the time to take this bullshit of him. I even lost more money while replying to the court email and all. But this cyber crime वाला part, India में बहुत problem है भाई. If you are a freelancer, if you are a solo like business person or something, even like startups are struggling. But if you are a freelancer, कुछ है ही नहीं भाई तुम्हारे लिए. I'm not getting even new credit cards because I'm a freelancer, because they don't trust us. They don't trust me. So that is a bigger problem. Cybercrime का problem, I mentioned you. I like tried to reach out to cybercrime 50 times. Like they are a digital platform. They are a, like cybercrime digitally कर रहे हैं ना वो लोग solve, and they don't reply to their emails at all. Never. Like I had to pull some strings, like get some contacts on to get the account unfrozen, even after returning the money to the client. पैसा देने के 1.5 महीने बाद अकाउंट खुला हमारे, और टोटल ओवरऑल 5 महीना अकाउंट बंद था हमारा, फ्रीज था, लाइक मेन अकाउंट, लाइक अच्छा खासा पैसा था उसमें. सो दिस वॉज द नाइटमेयर एंड आई वॉज वेरी डिसअपॉइंटेड बाई द सिस्टम ऑफ इंडिया, स्पेशली फॉर फ्रीलांसर एंड द साइबर क्राइम. भाई साइबर क्राइम ट्विटर पे भाई फुल एक्टिव हैं, और जब उनको बात करो, जब उनसे कॉन्टैक्ट करो, जो मेल आया था जिसमें ग्रीवियंस ऑफिसर का नाम था, दैट ऑफिसर इज रिटायर्ड. आई कॉल्ड हिम एंड ही सेड यार मैं तो रिटायर हो गया. लाइक व्हाट डू आई डू नाउ? नो आइडिया. सो दिस वाज द बस्ट स्टोरी. Coming to my third story, this was a very small one, but I still lost around 1 lakh for this whole project. Here is what happened. Initially, they were very desperate to sign me as a visual identity designer, where I had to design the logo and the whole identity system. And they were supposed to do the strategy part. Like they did the strategy part. But when we started in the first week, they started sending me sketches of logo out of nowhere. कि like ऐसे करो, वैसे करो, ये अच्छा है, वो अच्छा है. I'm like, you did the strategy, now let me do my work. But in this whole project, I initially agreed for a 4 weeks of timeline, but when I started, after the deposit, 50% deposit, after the deposit, they told me that the client wants it very early, like a bit early, they are rushing it, so they need it done in 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, let's try. Again neglecting red flags. Naive me. I had other plans, a couple of more projects going on, so all those stuff. So I was not able to do the best. So I asked them for more time. And when I asked them for more time, they mentioned me that they are also helping. Like I am not doing things from scratch. And I never asked for the help in terms of design. So I was so shocked, like just having a call, and the call was not going good. And I just on the call said that, okay, sorry for all the trouble, I think we cannot proceed because I can't be handheld, I can't be micromanaged. This is why I left my job, so I can't do this again. I will refund the money, thank you for your time. On the call itself. So it was like I just refund the full money, full advance money, and it like usually I don't refund, but this time I did because they again trauma from past experience. So I was like, ले जाओ पैसा भाई, शांति से रहने दो हमें, अपना काम करने दो, आज तुम नहीं हो तो कोई अच्छा क्लाइंट आएगा कल. दिस वॉज द होल स्टोरी ऑफ दिस. दिस वॉज ऑल द बैड थिंग्स दैट हैपेंड इन दिस. इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं. इसके अलावा मेरी भी कुछ गलतियाँ हैं जिसकी वजह से क्लाइंट डिसाइडेड नॉट टू वर्क विथ मी. इट हैपेंस, यू कैन नॉट सेटिस्फाई एवरी वन और एनी वन. So it is a part of the process, it is part of the life, and especially the freelance, the creative business life. So I think this helped you. I hope this helped you a lot, and I hope you get to learn from my mistakes. But still, first hand experience से ज़्यादा teaching कोई नहीं दे सकता. So don't be afraid to make mistake. Don't be afraid to be naive. Don't be afraid or don't be worried to do absurd mistake. Like बच्चों वाली हरकतें करने से मत डरो, क्योंकि जब तक तुम अच्छी चीज़ ख़राब चीज़ करोगे नहीं तो अच्छी चीज़ पता कैसे चलेगी. यू कैन बी परफेक्ट और गुड इफ़ यू डोंट नो व्हाट द बैड इज़. सो आई होप दिस हेल्प्स. मिलते हैं अगले में. थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम.